a mentor and educated high school students in the island area of Incheon about UN Sustainable Development Goals and global citizenship education in English.
Sang-Moon-do, Superintendent of Incheon Metropolitan City Office of Education, has joined us here today. Song Chan-han, Head Supervisor of Secondary Education Division of Incheon Metropolitan City Office of Education, has joined us here. 함께 해주셨습니다. Supervisor of Secondary Education Division of Incheon Metropolitan City Office of Education has joined us here. 장학사님 함께. Robert Max, Campus Dean of George Mason University, Korea, has joined us here. Jorgen Marcel, Associate Dean for University Life, has joined us here today. Kelly Chung, Associate Dean of Admission and Government Affairs, has joined us here. Denise Bum-Soo Kim, Chief Administrator of Ghent University Global Campus, has joined us here. Jong-ho Jo, ESG Director, and Gyu Chang-shin, Vice Director of Incheon International Airport Corporation, has joined us here today. Insikpe, representative of the International Education Development NGO Unhappy, has joined us here. And at the back, Min Kyung-seo, Chairman of the NGO Unhappy SDGs Committee, has joined us here.
Hi everyone, we are SDGs Builders, and I'm about to tell you on what we've been working on for the past 1 year. SDGs Builders is a CDC project group that conducts academic research and projects in close collaboration with international organizations. So, what do we aim for? We aim to acquire keen insight and hands-on experiences in international development and cooperation, and further contribute to achieving 17 UN SDGs towards a healthier and equal global society. This project that we've been working on for the past 1 year is K-SDGs Mentoring Program with United Nations Economic and Social Council approved NGO Unhappy. So, what is K-SDGs Mentoring Program? It's a program that IGC students become mentors and teach SDGs in English to underprivileged middle and high school students who live in islands of Incheon. This year, we focus on teaching SDG 2, 3, 4, and 5 to these students in Paekmyeong, Ganghwa, Deokjeok, Yeonpyeong, and Yeonghae Island. Then, how do we start this K-SDGs mentoring program? Korea hasn't been able to give back as much as what we had received in the past from other countries due to the rapid economic growth. That was all we could focus on. However, after things settle down a little and become stable, the Korean government has established K-SDGs to make efforts to return what we have received. The K-SDGs mentoring program is a project launched by Unhappy and SDGs Builders to promote the efforts made by Korea. We currently aim to promote these efforts to not only Incheon but also other regions as well as other nations overseas. Now, how do we teach them? Because mentors and mentees are physically far away because of COVID-19, we use Zoom for the class. Also for the class content, we used slides, videos from YouTube, and Kahoot as for the review game. On the first day of class, we started with the ice-breaking session aimed at time to get to know each other. We introduced ourselves by name, school, age, and MBTI. In class, we teach the concepts of each SDG 2, 3, 4, and 5. Most of the class time was used for explaining the concept, so we typically showed the efforts that Koika and Unhappy were working for the SDGs. After that, we had time for the review game, which we used Kahoot. By this game, mentees had a chance to review the keywords and had time to ask mentors. Also, this was a point that the mentor and mentee were become closer. The long-term goal of this program is to have a campaign to promote the SDG and open a forum to introduce this program.
The mentors of the program worked hard to prepare learning materials and contents for 2 months from March this year, and since June they have been educating mentees on how sustainable development goals are being implemented in Korea, focusing on specifically SDGs number 2, 3, 4, and 5. In the middle of the program, they planned and conducted K-SDGs campaign to inform citizens about SDGs issues and its implementation in Songdo Convention. Please give a round of applause to mentors and mentees who have worked hard. 지금까지 열심히 공부하고 고생한 멘토와 멘티들에게 박수 한번 부탁드립니다.
SDG 지속가능을 통하여 학생들에게 지속가능의 발전성을 부여하고 또 연구하고 그 자료를 통해서 한 걸음 한 걸음 나가려고 합니다.
지난 4월 우리 인천교육청은 한국 조지 메이슨 대학교 NGO 오네피와 업무 협약을 맺고 인천 관내에 있는 도서지역 학생들의 세계시민교육과 영어학습 활성화를 위한 상호 협력을 다짐하였습니다.
I want to take this moment to thank the many people who, in their own service to the community, have made this program possible. And that includes Mr. In-sek Bae, CEO of Unhappy, Mr. Sung-hoon Do, Superintendent of the Incheon Metropolitan City Office of Education, our Director of Career Services and Development, Song-young Lee.
인천국제공항공사는 우리나라는 물론 전 세계가 지속가능 발전 목표를 달성할 수 있도록 노력하고 항상 응원하겠습니다.
Hi everyone, I'm Eunsil Yang from Gangwon Girls High School. I've learned SDG 2 from mentors for the past 6 months. SDG 2 is zero hunger. To reduce hunger, stable and efficient agriculture is vital. A good example of it is organic agriculture. Organic agriculture is crucial in achieving SDG 2. Then, what does organic agriculture do? Organic agriculture promotes and enhances agro-ecosystem health, which can be subdivided into biodiversity, biological cycles, and soil biological activity. Here are the hashtags that are related to organic agriculture: sustainable, agroecology, soil health, and organic fertilizers. Then you might be wondering about the benefits of organic agriculture. Organic agriculture can have sustainable and healthful effects on soil, water, genetically modified organisms, sustainability, air and climate change, biodiversity, and ecological services. First, we can think about soil. With organic agriculture, we can control soil erosion, increase soil biodiversity, nutrients, and energy cycling, and increase the retentive abilities of the soil. Second, in terms of water, by using organic fertilizers, we can prohibit the contamination of water by chemicals. And we can reduce the risk of underground pollution as well. Next is genetically modified organisms. In organic agriculture, the use of GMO is permitted, and we should use the organic label. Organic agriculture is the key point to food security, which refers to access to food. Organic agriculture can grow food security by reducing the possibility of low production or yield failure and contributing to local food security. In the case of Koika, they have the project about organic agriculture with Kyrgyzstan. The project is aimed at improving agricultural productivity and farm income by modernizing agriculture and building a value chain in Kyrgyzstan. But there are also the blind spots of organic agriculture. It has been introduced to overcome the problem of customary agriculture. Since the rural areas confront the problem of population aging, Korea is having a hard time converting eco-friendly farming methods to technology. So, it is necessary to cultivate professionals related to organic farming and to provide efficient administrative support. Some people just say that there are some cases that organic agriculture put the food crisis in developing countries. Is it true? No, actually, Sri Lanka and Bhutan face the food crisis because of their policy about organic agriculture. They converted the agricultural system radically into organic agriculture. What we can get from this example is that as the foods are the most essential need for humans, we should manage them carefully. Lastly, from this presentation, I hope you become interested in SDG2 and agriculture. Thank you for listening.
The Seoul Metropolitan Government announced that it will add another 40 hectares of farmland by 2024 and dramatically boost the number of people who tend to the high-rise landscapes. The goal is to foster 1 million urban farmers to make Seoul healthier while meeting with urban farmers adding vegetables, rice, and fruit trees on top of a large mall.
Sure. Hello, my name is Eunshil Yang, and I'm 18 years old. I'm going to Gangwon Girls High School. The reason why I want to participate in this program is that I want to be a better person in terms of contributing to humanity. I like to talk about my own experiences in front of people, but it is not that I'm not afraid of doing.
Well, I was not familiar with the Sustainable Development Goals before taking this class. However, along with the end of hunger, which was our goals topic, we learned the 17 goals and learned what the most basic thing for mankind to protect is.
The first time that I heard about SDGs was in my first year of high school, and I had never dealt with in school classes.
And I have always wished we could have an urban garden there. So I just say that to you. Let's find out.
I want to ask a question related with the video. It mentioned organic agriculture was highlighted in the video, and it also mentioned that GMO should not be permitted, right? But our food which we are eating are all genetically modified since we breed them selectively from Asians.
I was really joined about the topic of the SDGs 3. Thank you. And as you mentioned earlier in the previous slide, I think it's the medical imbalance was the main topic, one of the main topics of the discussion.
It's very critical that your learning and your teaching also has to go together. So I really hope that this will give all of you an opportunity to share with your fellow George Mason students
what problems are there and how to solve that problems and how to create a world in the future. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Jimin Hwang from Team B. I have been learning about K-SDG3, Good Health and Wellbeing, from the last few months. Today, I am going to give a presentation about imbalance in the medical service of Korea, especially the imbalance between the city and island area based on the knowledge that I have been learned. The presentation would be conducted through this sentence here, a simple explanation about K-SDGs and further information about the imbalance with medical service. K-SDG 3, Health and Wellbeing, has 4 big targets which are disease control and management, controlling chronic disease, improving mental health, and decrease motor rate by traffic accident. Today, making the focus on disease control and management, I would like to talk about the imbalance of medical care in Korea. What do you think about medical imbalance? Have you ever felt it with your skin? That it is directly related to your life? Internationally, it is said that Korea has high quality medical welfare such as National Insurance Service. However, looking inside the country, it is quite a different story. As you can see from the graphs here, it is telling us that the mortality rate for the same digit differs a lot by the cities. In the cities or regions that are not close to Seoul, which is the capital city, they are suffering from the problems due to the low number of medical professionals and medical devices. Not only from the professionals and device, accessibility of hospitals is extremely low. As you can see from the graphs here, there are big gaps between the number of hospitals in cities and small communities. Not only the number of hospitals, but the professionals such as doctors and nurses are more focused on big cities. These circumstances will be leading to the low surgery rate, incorrect and late diagnosis. It is quite obvious that Korea needs much more development for everyone to be happy, right? To solve such problems, their efforts have been made. First of all, local medical center capacity is built, dividing Korea into 17 regions and designating the local medical center as the main essential center for the regions that is not close to the capital. Furthermore, building essential medical service and providing quality care for everyone is another effort that is being made. Last one is the transnational emergency patient transportation systems. Dr. Helicopter in this picture could be a good example solution for that. Quick and direct transportation of patients would be another effort that is being conducted to solve the medical imbalance within the nation. It is important that citizens are equally treated to be medically serviced, considering that medical services are directly related to the life. Thank you for listening.
Cyberbullying is one of the biggest problems to solve these days, especially as a specific form of school violence among students. Due to the COVID-19, the number of cyberbullying cases is increasing. School violence is one of the main reasons for increasing the suicide rates of students. And as the decreasing the suicide rates of the Korea is one of the main goals of K-SDG 3.
So recent research reveals that 1 in 10 teenagers in Korea have thought of harming themselves or even suicide. We've been also hearing from teenagers that I think it'd be better to die or hurt myself.
I believe it is important that the same quality services are provided, because I saw many people on my neighborhood had a hard time with it. Before I did not know what SDGs were, or even plans that United Nations has.
Hello, I'm Myung Choi from Team C, and I have been learning about K-SDGs 4. Before we begin, what is K-SDGs 4? Quality education? SDG 4 is about ensuring inclusive and equal quality education and promoting lifelong learning opportunities for all. Today, my topic will be on foreign and Korean secondary education. I will first compare the education rates between Korea and OECD countries. Second, I will identify the causes of educational differences. And finally, the possible solution for increasing the education rate. First, let's compare secondary education completion rate. The orange color is the average of Korea, and yellow color is the average of OECD countries. In the case of the younger generation, 69.8% received secondary education in Korea, ranked first among OECD countries. And in comparison, the OECD average is less than 50%. Now, with the older generation, Korea has 50.7% and OECD countries 40.3%, meaning the adult higher education completion rate is also higher in Korea compared to OECD countries. So why is the OECD countries' secondary education completion rate not only lower than Korea but also less than 50%? Let's find out why. First, low GNI. GNI is gross national income. Korea's gross national income is 40,482,000 won, which is considered high compared to countries with lower completion rates of secondary education. Since most countries with low rates of secondary education are low-income countries, gross national income may affect education. For example, Somalia has the least functional system in the world, with just 10% of children going to primary school, while Eritrea is second worst. Haiti, Comoros, and Ethiopia fare almost as badly. Second, interest in education. Korea is known for its high interest in education, such as attending after-school academies from a young age, even kindergarten. Third is the lack of facilities. Our country is equipped with many academic facilities, which shows high academic enthusiasm. However, most countries with low completion rates of secondary education face lack of facilities, so they aren't able to receive not only secondary but also elementary education. These problems cause a difference in the completion rate of secondary education. Then, what are the solutions to increase the completion rate of higher education in order to solve these problems? First, we should be able to increase the number of facilities available for education. We need to increase the number of classrooms where students can take classes and economic support in order to create an inclusive academic environment. Students also need environmental education for sustainability. Furthermore, students should be able to learn skills that match that regional characteristics. Finally, we must expand free education. Free education should be provided for children who cannot go to school and make money due to lack of money. I think we need constant attention and support for children who lost their right to social and personal education. That's all for today. Thank you so much.
They are GCED policy guides for policymakers, teaching modules for teachers to integrate GCED into the revised 2015 national curriculum, and various other teaching and learning materials related to GCED for schools.
It has been naturally accepted that students' rights and freedom are suppressed or infringed until they pass the most important stage in their life, university entrance exam.
Hi everyone, before we start, we'll briefly introduce ourselves. My name is Samjik Park, team leader and mentor of Team C, and also a freshman here at George Mason University. I was really able to take away many things from my teaching experience here in SDG Builders. I got more familiar with the K-SDG by both learning them myself and teaching them to my mentees.
I want to appreciate all the mentors and students and ONEP organization and other corporations that help for this program. And I hope this program will be held every year.
Hello, my name is Daeun and I'm in Seodo High School now. Today I will present a case about SDG 5 that I learned through this year. SDG 5 deals with the issue of gender equality, and in this presentation, let's look at what efforts are being made in Korea regarding gender equality. The Women's New Work Center is one of the representative examples of K-SDG 5. There are 159 new women's work centers nationwide, including 26 in Seoul and 16 in Busan. There are 5 main business contents in the Women's New Work Center, and I will explain one each from now on. First, Vocational counseling is operated to inspire confidence in the employee through career development counseling and group counseling. Women who visit the Women's New Work Center, especially those with career breaks, often come because they have difficulties in starting their careers again due to various reasons. People who have had difficulty starting work again often lack confidence, so it is a project that is carried out to find confidence first before starting work. During group counseling, the New Start section supports career design consulting for career interrupted women who want re-employment based on their careers and supports them to form new careers and prepare for employment through career exploration. During group counseling, women immigrant career identity supports married immigrant women to design new career paths and learn job skills in Korean society. Next is the vocational education business. This project started to train to strengthen job and employment competency. It's a business that learns because it can be more convenient and a little easier for people to find work if they strengthen their job skills. This project will provide career-interrupted women's customized national vocational education training, which consists of job training to improve job attitude and job adaptation skills, mock interviewing, and vocational training to performance. If these courses were to strengthen one's mindset and competence before getting a job, internships, employment, and startups support are provided to start work. The Women's New Work Center strives to help women get a job or start a business through intern support, job placement services, and connection with startup-related institutions. They can experience how to work for 3 months by providing internships opportunities for more than 35 hours a week to women with disconnected careers who have registered for a job at the new job center. The Women's New Work Center conducts follow-up management projects after employment because there may be problems after employment or difficulties in doing new jobs. This project does its best to help women stabilize their hard-earned jobs as soon as possible through employment maintenance programs and support for establishing a good working environment. Finally, there is a career break prevention project. In order to create a family, business, and social culture where women can continue to work in marriage, childbirth, and childcare, the Women's New Work Center supports counseling, education, and consulting for women and companies, and promotes career break prevention policies to improve public awareness. It is also a project to help women not to have career breaks again. In working through support for women's employment maintenance, support for workplace culture improvement, establishment of a career break cooperation network, and awareness improvement project. So, with learning these businesses help many women to find new jobs. The chart in front of you is the current status of job openings at the new Women's Work Center from 2017 to 2021. If you look closely at the table, you can see that employment increased from 169,851 to 178,890, and the number of startups increased from 1,274 to 1,630. The total shows that the number increased from 171,124 to 180,610, indicating that the new Women's Work Center is helping women recruit. In addition, in Korea, efforts are being made to solve such things as women's wage gap and women's political advancement. I would like you to think about the efforts you can make for gender equality in the field of education. Thank you for listening to my presentation.
According to the statistic that we brought from UNESCO, gender inequality in education shows that girls are still the first to be denied the right to education. The next field that gender inequality is occurring is job market. According to a survey of adult men and women conducted by UNESCO, only about a third of men and women say their workplace is balanced in terms of gender. These results clearly show the polarization in the job market.
In violence, I choose 3 main points: domestic violence, illegal child marriage, and human trafficking. You can see very lots of words on the screen. I'll read one of each. The 80% of every pregnant women and girls aged 15 to 49 years old have experienced physical and sexual partner violence.
I've learned SDGs and specifically SDG 5 gender equality. In the gender equality class that I've taken for the whole year, I was able to lift up the stereotype that must be disappeared related to gender.
The most memorable moment was when we had in-person class. I was able to have an in-person class because the day that we held the campaign was actually the SDG class time. During the campaign booth event, it's not much, but I wanted to explain SDGs in detail to the visitors with confidence. However, it is hard to say that I achieved it because I hesitated in shame, even though the opportunity came. I think it's something I need to work on in the future.
Arabic women who refused to wear hijab, they were death sentence at the end as a result. It is a very tragedy, and it is still happening in this world, 2022. Women's rights still needs to be promoted and still needs to be improved. 이것으로 멘토링 모든 팀의 프로그램 발표를 마쳤습니다. 이제 휴식 시간을 갖도록 할 텐데요. 이후 SDGs 관련 액티비티 활동은 다른 교실인 G101에서 열릴 예정이고요. 참석자분들은 자리를 이동 부탁드립니다. 멘토 멘티는 앞으로 나올게요.
저는 오늘께서 SDGs 위원장을 맡고 있는 서민경입니다. 만나서 반갑습니다. 네, 여러분들이 생각하시는 SDGs의 가치는 무엇입니까? 라는 질문을 드렸습니다. 자, 가장 중요한 건 SDGs의 목표 중 우리가 가장 우선 실천해야 한다고 생각하는 목표는 무엇입니까? 라는 질문을 드렸을 때 1번 빈곤종식 나왔고요. 다음이 4번 모두를 위한 양질의 교육 순으로 여러분들께서 응답을 주신 걸 알 수 있습니다. 경제발전, 환경, 이행수단 등을 포함하고 있는 2030년까지 이행 목표로 하는 이것은 무엇일까요? 정답은 1번 지속가능 발전 목표였습니다. 자, 개발을 할 때는 개도국에 초점이 맞춰져 있었는데요. 발전이라고 하는 것들은 우리 모두가 지구에 있는 개도국, 선진국 모든 국가들이 균형을 이루면서 미래 세대를 위해서 함께 지속가능한 발전을 하는 데 초점을 맞췄기 때문에 자, 우리는 범지구적으로 글로벌 시티즌이기 때문에 KSD, 우리나라의 문제만 국한하면 안 되는 시대에 살고 있습니다. 우리는 상호 연계성을 가지고 살고 있는데요. 자, 사하라 이남의 아프리카는요, 전 세계에서 빈곤율이 가장 많은 곳이기도 하고요. 전쟁, 내전, 분쟁이 있을수록 교육의 기회를 박탈당하게 되고요. 여성들이 남성들보다 여성들이 훨씬 더 많은 교육의 기회를 박탈당하고 있다. 그러면 남성들은 어떻게 교육의 기회를 박탈당할까요? 네, 소년병으로 차출되면서 교육의 기회를 박탈당하게 됩니다. 자, 그래서 정답은 3번이었습니다. 자, 그래서 좀 더 균형적으로 여성들의 능력도 인정받을 수 있는 시대가 오면 좋겠죠? 어머, 우리 학생들, 아유, 이 좋은 자리에 와서 제가 스티커를 5장 드릴게요. 네, 풀리면 7번 청정 에너지, 재생 에너지. 네, 또 12번, 그렇죠. 지속 가능한 소비와 생산. 그죠? 선진국가, 개도국가, 모든 기업가, 그리고 모든 세계 시민들이 함께 거버넌스를 이루면서 협력해야지만 이 목표를 우리는 이룰 수 있다라는 의미로 OP, 이렇게 해서 피스, 파트너십, 그리고 프로스퍼리티, 플라넷, 피플, 이렇게 5개가 OP로 시작한다고 해서 묶이게 됩니다. 네, 저희 ONLP의 모든 행정을 책임지고 있는 저희 사무국장님이십니다. 네, 큰 박수 부탁드립니다. 앞번호가 나왔습니다. 10번. 네, 축하합니다. 네, 상품권 주십시오. 자, 다시 이제 글로벌 시티즌 문제를 좀 내도록 하겠습니다. 우리나라는, 대한민국은 161번째 가입 국가이고요. 북한이 160번째 가입 국가입니다. 1996년 12월 12일은 연말이잖아요. 연말에 우리나라가 OECD에 가입을 했을 때, 이때는 김영삼 대통령이 우리나라 대통령이에요. 우리 친구들 태어나지도 않았는데 IMF를 어떻게 알죠? 정답입니다. 없습니다. 자, 2019년 10월 25일. 그래서 우리는 마지막으로 쥐고 있던 농업 분야의 개도 지위도 내려놓습니다. 그래서 개도국들의 희망인 국가가 대한민국이에요. 자, 이런 목표를 들으면 우리 ONLP가 굉장히 멋진 또 단체라는 것을 아실 수 있으실 거예요. 자, 앞으로 ONLP에도 많은 관심과 지원, 지지, 응원을 부탁드립니다. 1위는 우리 팀명이 세핑! 네, 세핑 팀이 1위. 자, 2위는 우리 무지개 팀이 2위입니다. 자, 우리 상품권 받으실 3분을 뽑아주시면 됩니다. 잘 섞어주세요. 양보 가시고요. 축하드려요. 60. 자, 이제 에어팟. 광고 보고 올까요? 진심으로 축하드립니다. 66번입니다. 자, 먼저 하신 66번 참가자에게 우리 감사의 박수 한번 주세요. 우리 회장님은 정말 진짜 있을 것 같습니다. 70번대예요. 2번. 분명히 참가자를 집에 보내고 행운을 가져가신 우리 박지아 학생 축하의 박수 부탁드립니다. 것 같아요. 일단 우리 경품을 받으셨는데 소감 한번 먼저 들어보고. 자, 오늘 이 행운이 우리 친구가 대학을 가는 그날까지 이어졌으면 좋겠습니다. 박수 부탁드립니다. 축하드립니다. 오늘 모두 긴 시간 수고 많으셨습니다. 여러분들의 박수로 마무리해보도록 하겠습니다. 감사합니다.
도전하자.
다음에 봬요.
그래.
그러니까.
내가 밥을 먹는 성인으로